the way you present your work to the public, it's out of this world.
Yeah.
The way you presented the Cartel business, it was creativity, the fashion, people, how they were dressing with the mask and all that. Just take me behind that whole idea on, because I know you sat down and like, okay, this is how I'm going to prepare. This is how I'm going to reveal it to the people. Walk me through that.
So the funny thing is, certain things I do them because I've been in the entertainment industry for so long. And it's just like how you can have a blueprint. If you look at how, let's say, Pusha T just dropped an album, but how they roll out, how they get their attention.
Hey, UG boy, let's talk to them. Let's talk, chicka, let's talk to them. Let's talk to let's talk to them. Let's talk, chicka, let's talk to them. Yeah, I'm from a beautiful place, the Pearl of Africa. Hailing with a 256, it's in my blood. That's a gem where the mountains rise, with stories untold. The tapestry of cultures unfolding, so vibrant and bold. A symphony of stars, a celestial light. The drums beating, echoing through the night, just like a beacon of light. A reflection that's coming up from the Nile. I'm flowing straight into the heart of Africa, with timeless stories untold. What's up, Doug?
Elevate your podcast game today. Are you looking for a perfect place to record your podcast in Kampala? Look no further. Downsoft Studios, located at Ivory Plaza on Wilson Street, Level 3, Room 4, is a perfect place for you. Downsoft Studios has professional recording equipment, comfortable and creative environment, expert for all your podcast needs. Book your session today. Find them on all social media platforms or reach out to them directly to secure your spot. Let them make your podcast dream a reality. Downsoft Studios, where stories come to life.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Let's go. On this episode, we sit down with Troy Elimu, a creative mind behind Denim Cartel and Kente Creations. From designing iconic stages to dropping his EP Cartel BIZNESS, Troy shares his journey through fashion, design, music, spirituality, and his vision for Africa's creative future. Welcome to my podcast, brother.
Thank you for having me. It's been a long time coming.
It's been a long time coming.
I'm glad to be here.
But like we've been saying before the cameras were rolling, it's God's speed, God's timing. So,
yes, sir.
And I'm always happy when we get to have the recordings whenever we get them. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm blessed. And Kampala is old, but it's all good.
Yeah.
And we're alive. We give thanks.
You've been on a tour?
Yeah, I've been on a tour. It's a new industry for me.
Mm-hmm.
Not really new, but when I say new, like dropping music and just getting into the music industry.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to follow the right steps of how to brand my music and also how to push my music. So the tours, the media tours. But it's all good. It's a nice ride so far. Bumpy, but all good. I like the challenges. I love the challenges.
It's been amazing to watch you, and some of us who have known you for quite a little bit, we're also caught off guard. Like, hey, Troy does music too, and it's been amazing to see you, because most of us know you in fashion. Cartel Academy music, you'd be like, yeah, that's amazing. And
too many people are confused. They're like, what is happening?
Yeah.
My mom was asking me, so you're singing?
Yeah.
Oh, you're producing? I was like, yes. But the project is mine. Oh, yes. But I do sing as well, but like minimal ad-libs. Yeah.
So did you sing at all in any of the songs on the Cartel BIZNESS?
Yeah. Niggas in fashion, when it starts, the small voice that you hear in the background, then when it gets done, I did mostly ad-libs.
Okay, that's amazing. That was one of the coolest. And we're going to talk about, it's so crazy that we just already started talking about it in the beginning, because I have the segment right there, because it caught me off guard, like we said. But this is something we're going to dig deep into, like in the later segments, talking about your music and how you get into music. Because it caught me off guard. I'm like, oh, so you produce this music, because we're wondering if you were singing in it. But those are dope artists you had on this EP. Amazing. How you're able to get all of those guys. But also, the other thing I don't want to break into the details that I'm going to bring, because we're going to come in a different segment. But Troy, on the podcast, I have different segments, like I was saying. And the first one that I usually start with is kind of a fun, quick answers. Oh, no, you feel free to explain. It's called this or that. This or that, I asked you two things, but you got to pick one. Feel free to explain why you're picking that and dropping the other one. Or feel free to say, man, I don't have any answer. That's my answer. I don't have any explanation. That's my answer. We can roll with that. But you can't pick both.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yep, let's go.
This or that with Troy Elimu. Should I call you Troy Elimu or should I call you Denim Cartel or whatever?
Troy. For this one, Troy, the mask is off. So Troy.
Let's go. Troy, the mask is off. Keep track of that because we're going to come back to that. Troy, you ready?
Yeah.
Streetwear or high fashion?
Streetwear.
You have a reason for that?
I feel like streetwear has a story behind it. And then there's also a transition of how streetwear goes from the 90s to the 60s. And you still see it play back today, if that makes sense. Like you see the old stars, the baggy jeans. So I feel like streetwear has a way of getting back into history, but also coming back to life, if that makes sense. Yeah, as compared to high fashion.
Music or fashion?
Ooh, you don't have to do me like that. I'm a newcomer.
You know what's funny?
I'm just new here.
You know what's funny though? Like I don't have that on my paper. Like that's just dropped right now when you're explaining that. Let's check. That'll be a good one. So I just dropped that one.
Okay. Is there an alternative of choosing both or none?
No.
Music or fashion? I will say music. I'm going to say music.
You're going to say music?
Yeah, I'm going to say music.
Why?
Music tells a clear and vivid story as compared to fashion. Fashion needs an explanation.
Okay.
But music is self-explanatory. Like if you listen to a song, if it's a love song, you're going to listen to the lyrics. You're going to understand the lyrics. If it's a spiritual gospel song, you're going to get the message. If it's hip hop and you are lyrical, if you listen to lots of lyrics, you're going to understand them. So I'm going to go with music.
Okay.
I know my fashion people are coming with guns, but the music music speaks to me.
The fashion people are going to be waiting. So, oh my God, to put them guy off. But
the music is key.
I like the expansion because, when you listen to a song, you might, when you see somebody dress, someone's like, why are you dressing like that? Exactly. And then he'll have to explain. Exactly. But when you listen to a song, oh yeah, this is what it's saying. Makes sense.
Yeah, so music.
Early mornings or late nights?
Late nights for sure. I don't like waking up in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't like those morning calls. Nope.
Kampala or Nairobi for creativity?
2 years ago, I'd say Nairobi, but now I'm saying Kampala. Kampala is brewing hot.
Yeah.
We're hot. We're coming in hot. I mean, yeah.
Digital art or handmade craft?
Handmade craft for sure. Handmade crafts. I don't believe AI is going to take away our jobs. I'm among those people who's like, yeah, you're here. We love you, ChatGPT. But there's something about that touch. There's something about the human touch that AI cannot generate. The emotion intelligence. I feel like that's something AI can generate. So I'm going to go with handcraft.
Handcraft. Yeah, I've seen most of your work that's handcrafted. Man, you have amazing work, bro. I've seen a lot of people with that jacket. Even one of my guests, Mama Kampala, she actually shouted you out. She came with her jacket on the show. And I've seen the work I've seen the work on the social media. People rocking your fashion. It's really amazing. And
thank you.
This brings us to our main segment where we're gonna have the main conversation about actually your fashion designs and music and everything that you've been doing. And you've also been described as a creative force through fashion, design, and now music. What first pulled you into this creative world?
I feel like I am very collaborative, and growing up, I've surrounded myself with artists when it comes to hand painting artists, musicians. And I feel like we draw inspiration off people, and I don't take that for granted. So I feel like the people that I surround myself with are the ones who inspire me to be who I am today. And looking at the different artists that I work with, the mural artists, the Wamalas, the Putos, Hattie Maxes, and then going straight into the music industry, my brothers Apas, Elijah. These are guys who inspire me and give me a vision that I could bring to life. Like, even in conversations, it's very easy for me to bring someone's vision to life. Like, where that saying that goes like, you might talk about something and someone else does it.
Yeah.
So I'm that guy. Don't talk stuff around because I'll make sure I get it done.
Yeah. Bring it to
so
life.
I pick inspiration from my surroundings.
Yeah,
for sure.
And between the things that you do, like you're a designer, fashion, and then music, which one came first? Like, which one introduced you to the creative world in all those three?
Funny thing is, we started with a studio, a gallery, back in 2019. We're at Metroplex Mall, Nalia, and me and a couple of friends, the Mamalas, I mentioned them. It was called Fitzgerald. It was a group of artists where we had paintings, murals showcased at a gallery. You could come order in a face painting or a Nicaswim painting. And for me, I just wanted to, I think it was also self-discovery. I was trying to find myself. So I wanted to get out of the box of we are all doing art, we are all trying to do the same thing. And then that's how I ventured into interior design. But also with interior design, I tried to have an identity because there are too many designers in Kampala, too many designers in the world. And I just wanted to have an identity of being an African man and Africanacity, like using wood, timber, African print. And that's how I actually started my design company, Kente Creations. So it was, I think, a journey of self-discovery, trying to understand what I'm good at. And from there, I ventured into fashion. So it was at interior design and then fashion. But also I didn't let go of what I had started. So it's just a balance of managing both the companies, both the art business, the interior design business, the fashion business, and now music. So it's been a trajectory of just self-discovery, understanding what I'm good at, and also trusting God, because I believe that whatever I put my mind to, and He has given me the strength to make sure that all my plans come to life, and it's just about trusting Him.
Amazing. And from Denim Cartel to Kente Creations, like you said, you've been telling stories through fashion. I like the way actually you bring this fashion, or like what's the English word? But like the way there's a way you bring this fashion to the people through telling a story.
Yeah.
What story were you trying to tell us with the Levitate Collection, like when you introduce that?
Yeah, so the Levitate Collection, levitation is when objects defy gravity, like the process of floating, and an object is staying afloat. And for me, it's a story that I believe that every human goes through. So I was using fashion to tell that story of there's going to be dark times in life, there's going to be hard times in life. But if you trust God, if you walk in a spiritual journey and you're trusting the Lord above us, that everything is going to be okay. Like, I'm that guy. Like, for me, I never dwell on bad things, or I never dwell on sad moments for so long, or things that have already happened. So I'm just trying to make sure that I communicate that through my fashion of giving people also hope and resilience, and showing them that resilience matters in whatever journey you're in. You have to stay afloat. Because I feel like at a certain point in life, we are all just surviving. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then at a certain point in life, we're just trying to stay afloat. Like when your bank account is almost running out, but you're making sure it doesn't run out. That is what I meant, like staying afloat. And just getting through the hard times. So the dark shades meant the dark moments, and the brighter shades and the doves meant the lighter moments. When the sun comes out, it's another bright day for us to try again. So that's the message I was trying to pass on when I was designing Levitate.
That's amazing. And like when I say these things, I don't say them lightly, because the effort and work you put in there, like somebody looks at your work, I'm like, and this is like a stereotype that people have. Hey, this guy is in Uganda. No guy of Uganda. And this was the main reason we have this podcast, because there's a perspective of people, the way they look at Ugandans and how they see the things we do. They still in that old mentality, but when they see the work or the reveals of your clothing brand that you make, it's something that's new, good looking, can compete with other stuff like around the world. Like, and that brings me to my question, like, how have you seen the evolution of fashion in Uganda? And where do we rank right now?
Being a model, I modeled back in the days. I believe that Uganda as a whole has a lot of talent when it comes to the fashion industry. I just feel like we have a certain group of people who do not understand how much impact the creative industry has on a global market or in just the Ugandan economy. But if you look at what Uganda has to offer, man, Ugandan kids are so talented. I myself, sometimes I'm blown away by the creatives I meet, the designers I meet. And I feel like we just need to be more supportive, be more open-minded and receptive. Like we need to receive these young talents and also nurture them, because as a creative I've also faced challenges of how to navigate between the creative side and also the business side. So many people fail to cross over to the business side of it. How do I monetize my craft? How do I turn this art into something that benefits me at the end of the day? Looking at how fast things have turned out, I feel like Uganda is on a global journey. We just need to receive and just support them, like amplify every creative that you meet, amplify any artist that you meet, and put them on a global stage, because we are talented. That's a fact. From the music to the fashion industry to the production industry, if we actually paid attention to the details, we have what it takes to be on global stages. We have what it takes to work with the Jay-Z's. We have what it takes to work with the Burna Boys. We just have to be very, very hungry and also very direct, and also we just need to be hungry. I feel like also some youth are not as hungry as you would say maybe the you Nigerian artists are. Like the certain guys who really put in the work, you get what I mean, day in, day out. And it also takes that hunger to get there. Yeah, we all have bad days. We all have our days where we feel like, I just want to lay down and chill. But if you have a certain goal and you really want to go global, to whom much is given, much is required. You get
exactly.
What I mean? So yeah, if you want to come play with the big ballers, go big.
One thing I actually stuck out to me that you mentioned is uplifting others. And that's one of our biggest challenge right now in Uganda, because when somebody does something good, and I'll quote Apas, it's something he said when he was on the podcast. Actually, that's one of my clips that is pinned on my Instagram. He said,
"There's something wrong with Ugandans. There's probably tall puppy syndrome, or there's crab in a barrel kind of vibes. Because it's like whenever someone is trying to do something iconic, they are trying to push it down. Whenever someone does something that is beyond their understanding, other than ask, they're like, bino byokoze nga tetubitegeera, nga si byebyo. Si byebyo kubanga tobitegeera. Funa okumanya. Teweegeziwaza. Kintu ky'otamanyi buuza."
And that's one of our
but
biggest.
They will post happy birthday Beyonce.
yeah. That's one of the things that we need.
I think uplifting. We need to love each other. We need to be more kind to each other, love each other, and uplift. Like you lose nothing. Like you lose nothing from saying, your work is so great. Let me post you. I have 1 million followers.
Yeah.
Let me post you. Never know someone. Your blessing is amongst my followers. And we have seen this with the likes of Davidos, the Wizkids, like the big names, the big African stars. They do uplift the young artists. Like if you look at the Asakes, the Fireboys, it's all because Olamide was very relentless or selfless enough to be like, you know what? Actually, I believe in these kids. Can I put a pause to my music? If you notice, Olamide stopped releasing music at a certain point because he had to push the new talent. And it comes from a very humble place, yeah? And I believe Ugandans need to adapt to that. We need to love each other. If we love each other, love could take us very far.
Exactly. Troy, you on the podcast, actually, I've had you a few times talking about God. Even your previous interviews, even like somebody will judge you, they judge you by somebody will look at you like, oh, Itamani Katonda. But like you've mentioned spirituality as part of your journey. How has that been a huge part of your journey and in your creative process?
I think it's all about self-discovery, and also where I come from a humble background, yeah? And I'm going to say it as many people say, where I come from, we're not meant to make it this far if there's no miracle. You get what I mean? If there's no grace upon my life. So I believe I have to give all the respect. I have to give all the praise where it's due. because there's things I've gone through that only God could get me out of. The turnout of events. I also, if I was not me, I would be amazed by what I'm doing. Does that make sense? Like if I stood out and just watched what I'm doing, there's no way I'm going to say that's human power or human understanding. Like I do a lot of stuff that I believe it's not me. I believe there's a higher power working in me, because there are doors that God has opened for me that don't need credentials, that don't need where did you go to, who do you know. There's that email that comes in, I'm like, is this a spam message? But it's definitely because my mom is praying at 3 a.m. It's definitely because I remember to say the Lord's Prayer before I leave the house. And it's a personal journey, but I also want to experience or share it with the public. That's why I'm always very verbal, very loud about it. And I believe that when you reach a certain point, you're going to listen to God if you give him time, if you pray a lot, if you do the things that require what the Bible tells us. Read your Bibles. Bibles. I believe there is a higher power above us that guides me. Yeah, God is great.
That is deep when you put it like that. The God is great. God is the greatest, and the way you explain it, because when you're explaining it to yourself, like there's some things that happen to me too, and I'm like, I don't think there's something stronger than that. Like when you do an episode, you do a podcast, like you do this podcast like from zero, like you see how it's growing, you see the people that you're starting to have, even when people appreciate the conversation you have. Like I believe that yes, I might be doing something, but like I could not do that if it was just me. Like there's something stronger. I could not do that alone. Like there's something different
force behind you.
Exactly. So all the growth, all the achievements that we have, I give the glory back to God. And I like the slogan that you have for your business. If God is for us, can you explain about that?
It's a chapter in the book of Romans that says, "If God is for us, who can be against us?" And for me, it's just what I wear on my shoulders every day. I keep my head up because I know that, 10 men shall fall. You get what I mean? Goliath shall fall by a stone. So I have that aura on me that I know that nobody's going to come against me, because I know there's a higher being. There's a higher hand above me. Like I literally sometimes feel like there's angels around me protecting me. I've been in a car accident and I'm smiling at the friend above me. I'm like, you got it. So I feel like, because when you understand how God works and how God reflects in human nature, man, you'll walk different.
Exactly.
You'll have a certain kind of confidence that is Godfidence.
Also, like the other thing I wanted to know about you is like, what's the biggest life lesson creativity has taught you so far?
Never procrastinate for so long, because we don't know what time we have on earth. You could be here today and go tomorrow. So I believe that whatever vision comes to you I'll take it back to God, is a vision from God that he's trying to place in you. So sometimes you don't have, as creatives, we're very perfectionists. We are perfectionists when it comes to our craft. So I feel like sometimes we want to try and do everything to the dot, but sometimes you just have to go with the flow. You have to do what you have to do, especially when a vision has come to you. And for me, that's what this journey has taught me. Like, that's why you'll find me doing stuff rationally. My family usually tells me, like, bro, you need to breathe. And I'm like, nah, I'm doing it. We'll see what happens, because how are you going to know if you don't actually do it? You know what I mean? How are you going to know the turnout of events if you don't actually take that step? If you don't take that first step, how are you going to know what's coming up next? So for me, I never procrastinate.
When you explain these things, I see a lot of myself in the words you say, like in the things you believe in or the things you do. Like it's the same thing. Like I'm like, like people say, man, your consistency. Like me, I can't just sit down. Like I know, I look at my podcast as like, what can I do better? What can I change? What can I fix? What can I do that? Like I keep like evolving, like keep learning.
We're learning. We're learning on job. We are learning on the road. Like
But also like when things get overwhelming, how do you find the balance? Because you do a lot. You do a lot of stuff. Like when you have this going on, you have your EP, you have your fashion, you have this. How do you find the balance, or how do you even come down to get everything in line?
First of all, I made my home the most peaceful place that I can ever be.
Yeah.
So my home is my sanctuary where I go back. listen to some nice music, cook myself a nice meal, have a nice treat. Like I make sure I take care of myself. You get what I mean? Like there's a lot happening in the world. There's a lot happening on social media. I have those 2-3 hours to myself, not on the phone, listening to nice music, praying, maybe reflecting on what has happened. Because sometimes when you're on the move, it's very hard for you to reflect on what blessings are coming your way.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like the balance that I have is I'm able to go back to God and be thankful and also pray for Him to open more doors. And then it's just making sure that I'm taking care of myself spiritually, phically, and yeah, I feel like that's how I've managed to have a balance.
And that's a good thing too, because burnouts it's a real thing. Like even people I know they appreciate me. It's like, hey man, you give us this podcast every day, you record, and I do. I like to keep myself busy. But there are times when I'm like, okay, pause, enjoy yourself, like watch a TV show, sit down, chill, listen to music, don't do anything, don't do any editing. And we all need that. And I really, really like that. And I agree with that. So in everything that you do, remember to take a break, pause, and just chill, have time for yourself.
Just chill, man. Chill.
One thing I missed out in your introduction was an actor. I think that's something that should be on your CV that I did not put somewhere. Actor. You know why I say actor?
Why?
You featured in the NRG Valentine show, something like that.
You brought it back. Oh yeah, I did.
Tell me about that experience.
Thing is, I've actually gone for audition. I've actually ever gone for a movie audition. When I was young, back in the days, I was very young. I wanted to be an actor because I believe I could be an actor. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But I haven't yet. But that's actually a field I should look into as well. But yeah.
Tell me about that experience at the shooting for the NRG Valentine thing. How did they get you, and how did you get into it?
It was a nice speed dating show. Of course, my friend hit me up. He's like, oh, you know what? We have this show running up. Do you want to be a part of it? I was like, okay, sure. Speed dating. Let's see what the beautiful ladies of Kampala have to say.
Yeah.
By then I wasn't dating and I wasn't seeing anyone. So I was like, okay, let's go for it. And it was a good experience. I love interacting with people. Like I love trying to interact, have a conversation here, just see how people think, steal a couple ideas there. But it was a nice show. It was a nice one. I didn't find love there though.
I've forgotten the girl you picked. Who was she? Was it?
She was called Portia. I think she was a...
Okay.
Yeah, it was Portia that I picked because it was a random pick of pick a shoe and then...
Yeah, you pick a shoe. Yeah, I remember that.
She had good fashion taste. So, yeah.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, I remember that while we were talking. I was like, yeah, I saw Troy in that in the show. So I wanted to know the behind the scenes of how you got into it. It was pretty cool. It was funny. I enjoyed watching it. Most of my friends were in there, like Sean and... the host and stuff. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was dope.
But this bringing us to the cartel business. Now, I gotta say, and this is not because you're on the podcast, but that's the best EP market or whatever marketing I've ever seen in Uganda. Like from the way they shot it, from the airport, the way you... Ekigambo kino kimbuze bannange. Engeri gyo presentingamu ekintu ku bantu. Not reveal, like it's something like revealing, but like the way you present your work to the public, it's out of this world. Yeah. The way you presented the cartel business, it was creativity, the fashion, people, how they were dressing with the mask and all that. Just take me behind that whole idea on, because I know you sat down and was like, okay, this is how I'm going to prepare. This is how I'm going to reveal it to the people. Walk me through that.
So the funny thing is, certain things I do them because I've been in the entertainment industry for so long. And it's just like how you can have a blueprint. If you look at how, let's say, Pusha T just dropped an album, but how they roll out, how they get their attention. Like, if I want attention, I need to understand who is my target audience, who am I talking to, and how do I get your attention? You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. So for me, it's about understanding how that industry works and the blueprint of the music industry. But also besides that, I told you I'm very rational. I could just be seated here and I get an idea and I'm like, boom, boom, boom. I make the calls. I'm like, you know what? This is what I want to do. Get that mask on. Go here. Do this, do this, do this. So I have a good team of people and friends around me that I feel like I've reached a point in life where I know my social capital is solid. You get what I mean? Like the solid is in caps locks because I know I'll pick up a call and there's a chopper. You get what I mean? I'll pick up a call and there's a cub guy, or I'll pick up a call, there's a camera guy, there's a crew team, there's what. So some of these ideas are very rational, but also some are just how I'm a student of the game. I see what people do. I take notes. I see what the greats are doing, how they roll out with their music, how they roll out with their fashion. If you look at Fear of God, how he rolls out with his collections, there's a story that comes along every craft. And also besides that, I also try and put myself in that position. I'm like, if I was the other person on the other side, how would I understand this narrative of maybe cartel business? Yeah. How am I going to put the craft out there? So it's a learning process, as well as there's a blueprint to everything. I believe there's a blueprint to every industry.
Now, what was the thought process of the mask? Why did you decide to go with the mask and the cover on the face? Even the girls who were presenting, they all have like shield masks on. What's the inspiration of that for that? So
recently I saw, it's like a quote that says, I've been going. I didn't know the world it's like a playground where we have to wear costumes, but I've been showing up with my real face. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like there's a lot of two-faced people, or there's always that person who is not themselves, is not as authentic as they should be. So for me, it was just trying to create a narrative of a different persona. Yeah, that's why I'm telling you, when you see me, this is Troy Elimu. When the mask is on, it's Denim Cartel, and I turn on that persona. I turn on that aura of I'm a cartel boss, and I'm not here to play, and it's a whole different persona. So that's where the masks come in, and I was also just trying to give the music a different personality from Troy Elimu, because Troy Elimu is a very humble guy, very calm guy, director at a certain company that does design, the mind behind Denim Cartel. But when it comes to cartel business, the music side, the mask guy comes on and he's not here to play. Smoke is out.
And that's amazing, because I always wondered, and I wanted to have that question. And I know a lot of people out there might be wondering themselves, like, oh man, what about the mask? But that brings me to, and I was listening to this EP last night, the whole of it, like all the songs of the Cartel Business. And if you have not checked out this album, the EP, go check it out. I just want to pick your brains on some of the songs, like especially the first song.
Yeah.
And to me, in my opinion, going with Pray as the first song, I think expresses your belief and what you've been talking about, your spirituality. That's what I would tell. But what was it for you to pick Pray to be your number one song in there?
As you've said, Pray is one of those songs that dive into the body of work that we created. And big shout out to Axon, the producer, because me and him were going like back and forth when we were arranging the songs. We're trying to come up with song comes after. And besides just being a spiritual song, I believe the artists on that song embodied the song, and they put out the message that they felt. The lady actually who starts the song is my hairdresser.
Okay.
You get what I mean? So that day we were recording, we're just finishing the song, and she's braiding my hair, but then she's speaking in French and Lingala. You get what I mean? And I'm like, can you say a prayer for me? I was like, okay. I tell her, can you say a prayer for me? Just say, Father, Lord, I want to thank you. And please, as I get on this journey, may you please guide me and please pray for me. And she said that stuff in Lingala and French. I was like, Axon, where's the mic? Where is the mic? Record that. And it's just showing you that, there's no journey that you can start without the word, without praying or without God. And for me, it's been that thing that I usually do. Any idea, any concept, I first make sure that I present it to God. Once He approves, we're out. So that's what prayer is about. It's just a reflection of what journey we are getting on. And also asking you, the crowd and the audience, to pray for us, because it's a tough world we live in. It's a harsh world we live in, especially in the Ugandan music industry. You've heard about witchcraft and everything. So if I have 10 or 5 people from my supporters praying for me, who can be against us?
Who can be against us? I love your creativity again. I'll point that out because you sitting down and thinking about your hairdresser with like, oh my God, and I love stuff like that. That's like unique, creative. So you listen to a song, I'm like, oh, how did he do this? And those are things I love because when you dig deep into music, you see somebody's creativity. And that's why I like to break them down like each
even
song.
Just Elijah, the first take, he started recording, he's like, Sirimumo, yo. You get, because everybody knew the song is, you have to be in a certain space. Yeah, and it's even in prayer, like the Bible says, close yourself, shut your door in a room and pray. You get what I mean? You don't have to be in 10,000 people in a group of 100. Like you need solitudeness when you're getting into a certain space with God. So the first take with Elijah was like, Sirimumo. Then Axon said, chill. We didn't even record.
Yeah.
We didn't record. Then another time I was even not there, and Axon is like, we are going to record prayer. I feel like he is there. He's there. One take. That's
amazing. And then you had Ben Sol, Elijah, and Sensamba on the song. Shout out to all those guys. So you go to Nsanji, and I like how you sampled Nsanji 101. That is like brings back the memory. Like when I listen to that song, like that song, like it takes you back. And you had Tunji and Jacuzzi. Is this Jacuzzi the one I know? The one who works on
Jacuzzi Clean? Yeah, the personality, the TV personality.
Yeah, Jacquiz. Jacquiz, hit me up. So Nsanji, like, talk to us a little bit about Nsanji and how you got those two on that.
So Nsanji is a folk song, as you say, that takes us back to the grandmom's day, grandpa's day, still kids. The folk songs that we usually sing. And for me, it's just trying to show people that never forget your background, never forget where you come from, never forget your culture. I feel like culture and your beliefs play a big role in who you are today. Big shout out to our parents, our grandparents for bringing us up. And also there are certain norms they put in us or beliefs that they taught us. And those things play a big role in what we do today. I feel like we shouldn't take those for granted. So Nsanji is that song that, it's a folk song, but also it's for the culture, for sure. And we're just trying to fuse old music with the new kind of production and also create magic with it.
It was really a good song. And like, again, I say that I listened to this album like multiple. I listened to it when it came out, and then yesterday I was just like refreshing my head. I was like, man, this some good songs in here. And then you have Doctor with Mike Kaihura, She's Like a Comes Back Again, and then Ben Sol. And these are really cool, amazing artists that you bring on this EP. How were you able to assemble all these guys to get them on time? Especially the guys who are from Kenya, from Kigali. How were you able to get them all at the same time to record the music?
So this project was actually recorded, I think, last year. It's been a year now.
Oh, wow.
And along the journey, these guys are just not the artists, you guys. These guys are my friends. I've known Apas for a long time. I've known Mike for a long time. It's been years. Benso as well when he came to Uganda. And for me, it's about building relationships outside even our work, outside our playground of crafts. And I've made them my friends. So assembling them was never that hard because they're already my friends. So when they had what we were working on with Axon, everybody was on board. Benso was like, sure, send me the beat. When he came down to Uganda, we bonded. We made sure we left with each other's contact. Same thing with Mike Ihura. And it's also just watching out for brother. Like, we believe in your craft. We believe in what you do. Why not do something with you for sure? And that's how I managed to bring up those guys. And big shout out to them. I really don't take this for granted. Nobody second guessed the idea. Nobody tried to, doubt what I was trying to create. And big shout out to them and Axon, the producer.
There are two artists that we've not talked about actually that are on this EP that I want to shout out to. I mean, their songs where I was walking through the songs, but one of them is Tie Dye. And this is the second time I'm talking about Tie Dye on the podcast. Tie Dye is one of the amazing singers I've ever had in you. I've never had a conversation with her. And when I had when I had Mwami on the podcast here, we talked about tie-dye because she was on his EP as well. How do you get tie-dye and how do you pick her to be on the Niggas in Fashion?
So for me, it's about the artists, how they express themselves in different songs. And after listening to Thursday with Sound Like BB, so initially Sound Like BB did Niggas in Fashion alone. But for me, I felt like there's something missing. And Tyda is an exceptional writer. Tyda is an exceptional storyteller. And it's also just the power of collaboration. There's certain people that, what, this person, when I work with them, it's gonna be amazing, like no doubt. And Tyda just came to our mind and we're like, you know what? I feel like Tyda needs to do something with this jam. So Axon reaches out and voila. Definitely she didn't disappoint. She came through. And it's just also uplifting, as we talked about uplifting earlier on. Like I believe that there's a lot of young talent in Uganda, from the Mummies, the Sentes, Tie-Dye, Sound Like BB, Original Genesee. There's also a couple of artists who are no longer producing that much, but if you listen to their music, I believe that all they need is such projects to amplify their sound, to amplify their craft. And yeah, Tie-Dye is super dope. Sound Like BB is one for the books. I feel like the world needs to watch out for what Uganda has to offer. Big shout out to Sound Like BB, Tie-Dye. And it's actually, the project is doing so good. People are loving that song more. Shocks us because we when you're producing, you're like, which one is gonna be the banger, the club banger. And funny enough, we're in London.
It happens to me too. Like sometimes I'll do podcasts. I'm like, oh my God, this one is gonna do good, and people will disappoint. Like for me, people will be like, oh no, this one. And then you'll be like, oh my God, I didn't think they're gonna hear. But that's exactly that's out of your hands, and it's like in the people's hands. It's like, okay, they gotta pick whatever they want. But also, like you bring, we've talked about Apas, and Apas is a great friend of mine. He's an amazing guy. With the words he say, he has been on the podcast twice, humble and very, very nice. And then music, like he's musically talented. And I was messaging on his content. Yeah, I was texting on his content. I said he has mastered a way of just producing good music. Like he could just literally sit down and gives you a hit or gives you. I don't really believe in word hits and stuff like that. I say good music. Like there's good music. Like. Hits is like anyone can make a hit, but like not anyone can make a good music. But yeah, you bring Apas on there, and it was amazing to see. You finished the EP with Cartel BIZNESS, just like, I mean, it explains itself. Like that's wrapping it up, and then on this one you bring in Big Trill. Big Trill is one of amazing artists too. That is the two that I say we had not mentioned, and I wanted to finish with him as a kumaliriza as kumusembiayo ngakakodio. But yeah, he's another good guy, like with his songs and his music. Like you said, maybe he's not releasing a bunch of songs right now, but he still could sit down on a song and gives you a good song. What made you want to bring Big Trill on that one?
Same thing. Big Trill is my homie. Big love to him. And I was like, there's nobody who's gonna rap his EP like Big Trill. And he delivered. He went in and one take, like all these guys shocked me. Like whenever they were recording, it was on rare occasions that an artist recorded twice. Like rare occasions. I don't even remember anybody recording twice. Like someone would record one take and we're like,
yeah,
bro, what did you just do there? So Cartel BIZNESS, Mike goes in. Nobody has had Mike sing like that. Like everybody knows Mike for, Sabrina, Zuba, the lovey-dovey, soft poetry. But Mike is like, no, Big Trill is on this. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Yes. My mama told me shoot the enemy quickly.
Yeah.
What? I'm like, Mike, what? And yeah, it's great artists on there. Big Trill for sure killed his verse. And I'm sure we're definitely getting back to the studio again to do some more magicals.
Amazing.
It's that song that we recorded and we're like, we couldn't stop. Like we're in a hotel room, because usually our studio camps, we take them out of the studio, go to Airbnb, a hotel room, Ginger by the Nile, because we feel like there's a tradition of, you have to record music in a studio. And for me and Axon, it's very different. We're trying to get an artist or the artist in a very safe space, a very free space. You feel like you're at home, you're not at work. And when we recorded Cartel BIZNESS, we're like, cut, we're done.
Let's do it. No, that's amazing. And it's now, I like to go behind the scenes so people can really appreciate. Because sometimes we see the song, they gave us an EP, it's good. But when you sit down to see the creative process, what it took to get that EP, you give it more respect and more love. And that's why I want people to connect. Because even right now, when I go back to listen to these songs, like you listen to Cartel BIZNESS, and then in your head, you're just imagining like, oh, maybe Chitaka was at the Nile, or they were doing this. So you have a picture to paint onto that song and what they did. And that's always been one of the focus that I want to do with it. But you present it again in a special way with the listening party. That was dope and amazing. And the way you organize it. I watched the clips online too of that. And it was a good show. Good everything. Everything was top notch. And I like the way you marketed all that. So it was amazing. And I want to tell the listeners, if you've not tapped into this, go check it out. It was released a month ago, July 23rd. So you still got time. Go listen to it right now. Check out those good music. Was a whole EP produced by Axon?
Axon produced and mastered the entire EP.
Okay.
And I executive produced that. And Axon is one of the hit makers behind some great talent, the Chenkobes, Joshua Barakas, to mention but a few. And I believe like he's one of those guys that I've created a connection with when it comes to music. He understands when, like, he's literally a guy I just be like, there's something I want here. And he's like, wait for it, let me do it for you. Like, so he understands how what certain sound I'm going for, or when we're producing, he has a relationship he builds with the artists. And he's one of those producers that has made the project very smooth, I would say.
Axon, you got next. The city is waiting for you.
Yes, sir.
What do you want people to feel when they experience your work, either in fashion, in music? What do you usually look for? You can break it down into different categories. I know fashion might be different than music. What do you want people to feel when they listen to the Cartel BIZNESS or when they wear the Kente Collection?
First and foremost, I'm that guy who loves, like, I love leaving a memory behind. Like, I want to make sure someone remembers me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, even when you have a conversation with me, I want you to at least remember my face when you see me. Even if you don't remember the name, you remember the face. But also, I would say I want my craft to be a symbol of hope and also resilience, and also like, I want someone to feel confident when they wear my craft. I want someone to feel amazing. I want someone to feel their most authentic self when they listen to this music. I want them to reflect on things that they wouldn't share maybe with their close people. So it's just a different dimension that I want to take people on to. And it's that spiritual beat to it as well of every craft that we make, from the music to the clothing, to the art, it has a story behind it. Sometimes it's not my own story, it's probably someone else's story, but I believe that it could change someone's life, or it could have an impact on someone's life. Because for instance, if I learned certain things way young, I would already be in my retirement, if that makes sense. Like, I would already be a billionaire. But I'm also still grateful of the journey that I'm on right now, because I feel like it's all God's plan. But yeah, that's how I want people to feel when they listen to the music and when they wear a Denim Cartel.
That is amazing. And actually, I was preparing a question for you. Like, what do you want your name, Troy Elimu, to stand for 10 years from now? But I guess it's similarities now. If there's anything different, you can answer that question.
No, we're building a legacy for sure. We're building a legacy, and we are inspiring the new generation and the old generation too.
Yeah. And
I just want the name to be a household name, full of great memories, full of actually great pillars. Because for me, it's all about the lives that I'm trying to touch and the lives that I'm trying to uplift. And also, I feel like we lose nothing by lifting each other. We lose nothing by putting people on. We lose nothing by sharing the gift God has given us. Because I feel like this is me sharing the most authentic self that I am with the world. Because for me, I'm very, like, I say what I want to say on socials. I do what I want to do. I post what I want to post. Like, there's no curtain behind my life. Besides my bedroom and everything, this is me.
This is me, and this is Troy Elimu. The other question I like to ask people, and I ask people before they come to the podcast, because one of the things I like to do with my podcast is to be able to connect with my guests, like we're all on the same frequency, like it makes the conversation even easier. I ask people, how do you think this podcast fits in your story, or like something about why did you choose to be on this podcast? And some people tell me the answer, but I want to hear like from your side, like why is it like you wanted, or even when I reached out, even when I reach out to somebody, hey, I want to have you on the podcast, you still have to make that choice of like, yes, I'll come. Or even if when somebody says, I want to be on that podcast, what was it for you that made you want to share your story with us on this podcast?
First and foremost, I want to give you your flowers, because I believe you're doing something great, and you're giving the Ugandan creatives a platform to express themselves. One, I've seen a lot of friends on this podcast, and I love how the conversation is, how you narrate how you direct the conversation, because I believe you're the director of the show. And for me, it's just, I believe that energies don't lie. Like, as you said in the beginning, God's timing, and if we're meant to do something, I usually whenever people ask for collaborations when it comes to business and work and everything, I'm like, honestly, I can't put a time to it, but if God wills, if God really wills, it will happen. So I believe that this is one of those podcasts that I was like, I really would love to be on that podcast and express myself. And it's your flowers, bro. You're doing great job. You're giving Ugandans a great platform. You're giving them a platform to tell their story. And I feel like everybody who has gotten on this platform has been themselves, and has been as authentic and worth being on the podcast. So big shout out to you. Big shout out to the Ugandan boy.
Boy, Moyuri from the man himself. You already know. Troy, is there anything that you wanted to share on this podcast that I have not asked that you want to share with the listeners?
I think I'll just tell the listeners to always trust God, pray about everything, and put God first, and everything will flow like River Nile.
Everything will flow like River Nile. Troy,
because you know the Nile flows north.
It flows north. That's wild,
bro. It's just like the rain going back up from the ground.
Once again, that confused me in school. So like, it doesn't make sense. Chachigata.
Yeah.
But Troy, we always end this podcast with a fun segment called Rapid Fire. Rapid Fire is a segment where I ask you a question and you tell me the first answer that comes to your head. You don't have to think about it. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Let's get it. First thing you do when you wake up?
Pray. Even if it's 2 seconds, I just say, thank you, Lord. Because waking up, you know that TikTok video that went viral? What if you wake up and you're not alive? What if you wake up and you're dead? Well, how will you feel? You're not waking up, bro.
You're not waking up.
Whenever I wake up, I just be like, oh, thank you, God.
Thank you, God. Yeah. Best words you ever say, because some people don't wake up, my brother. Favorite Ugandan artist to style or you've worked with?
Itanya.
Nice.
Yeah. She makes life very easy for me.
Because she's the life of a party.
Yeah. She's my best friend, like my close friend. So every time, like, try an outfit, takes us 2 working days to get it done.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. That's great. Tanya, shout out to Tanya. Tanya, also, this chair is waiting for you. So just so you know.
Yeah.
A book, song, or movie that changed your perspective?
The book is Alchemist. The movie, Godfather. Changed my perspective about life.
How about a song? Isn't there any song that you listen to and like, man, that's I mean, it might not change your life per se, but like, I'll just say the song that you listen to and you're like, man, that's deep. Or like,
I feel like Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Bob Marley. Yeah, most of Bob Marley's songs, like Three Little Birds.
Mm-hmm. Three Little Birds is a good one.
Just like, you listen to them and you feel, like no worries about anything.
No worries.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how to sing. I don't want to embarrass myself on the podcast.
Right. Yeah.
One word your friends would use to describe you.
Cartel boss.
If you were not a creative director, what would you be?
I'd be an actor.
Actually, I think you make a good one. Anyway, we have final 3. These also quick answers. I ask everybody who comes on this podcast. One of it, what's a life lesson you've learned in life to this point?
Be patient and be kind. Like, I feel like there's no rush. I usually tell the people that I work with, breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd ask you to breathe, because sometimes I feel like we wake up, oh, where's the next bug coming from? Oh, I need to reply this person. Oh, did I mix an email? Oh, breathe. I even have a tattoo on my neck that says patience. So sometimes you need to be patient and let God be and let God do his thing. And then, you can pick up from there, but be patient.
What do your tattoos on your hands say? And what do they mean to you?
Know thyself. This is temet nos in Latin, which means it's self-explanatory. Know thyself. I feel like you could get lost in self-discovery, on the journey of self-discovery. But once you get to know who you are, what you like, and what your purpose is.
Got it. What gets you excited about life?
My life is good.
Yeah.
Like I even can't explain, but life is good. The fact that you wake up in the morning, the fact that you're okay, you're not sick. Sometimes we worry a lot about things that are just up in here.
Mm-hmm.
And yet there's a lot out there in the world. Like, you could just step out of your door and you make someone smile, talk to your gate man, talk to who. And life is not that complicated. For me, it's life is good. Yeah, life is good, man.
Life is good.
And I love to have a good time. I love to have a good time. So, where's the party at? Where's the party?
The signature question of the podcast. Who would you like to see on this podcast next as a guest? And you're going to help me.
We wanna party.
Etania. You're
for sure
coming
on
this podcast. Yeah. At least I got Troy now. We're going to get you here. Whether the breakdown or anything or ambulance, we're going to bring you to this podcast. Yeah. Etania. And actually, I'm going to get this clip, put it on my Instagram, specifically for Etania. My caption is just going to be Etania. That's it.
Life of the party.
Life of the party. Amen. Man, my brother, I enjoyed talking to you and just diving into your creative mind and how you get all these things to make to the people. And I hope the listeners will appreciate the effort you put in and then to dig deep into what you do and getting a better. Because we might be seeing you, and this is why I love podcasts. Like, you see somebody working, but like when you sit down to have a conversation with them, you get to see
it's a whole different
you
story.
Appreciate what they do, because we might judge and do all that. But maybe when you sit down with the person, you appreciate actually what they do. So it's been amazing to have the conversation with you.
Appreciate you as well. Thank you for having me. It's been so great. And I hope I can come back. Next time I'm back with an album.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. You know the name of the album?
What is it?
Ugandan Boys.
Ugandan Boys, do it, make it happen. Anyway, for the listeners, if you have made it this far, we appreciate you for listening to this conversation. If you know somebody who will love this podcast, who will love this conversation, send it to them, subscribe, share, like, comment. You know what we call it. You can't do this, anything. Just do whatever you want. So Troy, it's a wrap, my brother. Thank you very much.
Ciao, adios.
Hey there, my name is Bonnie Chibuka, the podcast host of the Ugandan Boy Talk Show. Thanks for watching and listening to my podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Also, leave a feedback on this podcast, because that's how we grow. Thank you very much and be blessed.
Wagwan, my name is Troy Elimu, the Cartel Boss, and I'm here at the Ugandan Boy Podcast. Make sure you tune in. We out.